So here's my latest project. This is my RNDRC build that I just got done doing. I had a Enduro LCG aluminum chassis that my IR 40 was on, and I did not like it at all with the way how it was performing. So I got rid of that chassis, got the RNDRC because you know, everybody seems to really like them, and I have not been disappointed with this at all. And it also looks really cool in my opinion. The only problem is that I need to redo my electronics. They're just stacked way too high. The center of gravity is up too high. I'm waiting on some smaller batteries to come in because you just don't have no room to work with in order to get all that resorted. Then you got the diamond axles there, the Reese Micro 99 brass servo. I messed up a little bit cutting the body there. I didn't get the angle quite right. The only issue I ran into with this chassis, in order to run the angle on that front shock, is that you have to run this link on the bottom upside down. If not, you're going to get binding issues there. You won't get full compression of the shock on the up and down. And the other issue I ran into was the rear suspension unloading on downhills and then making it tip. I know you could probably run some rubber bands. What I was having the issue was with the 59mm shocks. It would unload so bad it would want to tip on the downhills. So instead, I decided to do a 53mm shock, and it has pretty much taken that away. And I just feel like, I know you lose some flex by doing that, but it just seems to be happier and perform better with the 53mm shocks. And I used the high trail rear links and drive shaft to get it a little bit longer. And then I didn't use his center plate. I went ahead and used the Enduro plate that I had. And then another thing I did was I angled up the rear diff to get that drive shaft up inside the links as much as I could to help give it more clearance there on the back. But overall, it turned out great, I think, for having just spare parts laying around and making something happen. I had a pair of these fan wheels that had the Enduro brass internals. And then the Enduro pin tires, and I tell you, if you have a set of these, definitely take the time and cut out every other notch on those, and they work a lot better if you do that. And I'll throw a run video after this. And then here's the without the cab on. I always use Velcro, and it comes with magnets so you can do your attachments here and here. I don't like magnets. I know they look better and everything, but as soon as your front wheel hits the body, it throws the body off and everything else. I like Velcro. Velcro makes it stay rock solid in place. So, and there's an advantage too with using the Velcro on this, is it gives you that a little extra forward this way to make it where you can still keep your front bumper on the IR40. If you don't have that little extra boost, your arm here on the front is going to rub against the body, so it gives you a little extra clearance that you need to get that to happen. I used the Gold Viper in there, just a standard Enduro transmission. But these electronics, man, is just way too high. So I'm gonna get a 180, 200 milliamp battery so I can run it on here to the side, get this all that weight off the top, and I don't know, maybe with that smaller battery I can run it in here. But the biggest problem is you just don't have any clearance to get the body on right through here. That's the only thing I don't like about this setup is just, it just gives you such limited space where you can put everything. And if you want that low center of gravity, you can't run a bigger battery like this. There's just nowhere to put it. I guess you may be able to put it through here, then where do you put, everything else? And I just did an MBL 32, old one that I had running around. It's like the Gen 1. So it runs pretty darn good. But you can't get on there. I tried to, with this old one, to get it connected to the computer, and I've tried like 3 or 4 different cables, and it don't work. So, but if I'm gonna go and redo electronics on this thing and actually spend some money, I don't think I'd go with this setup anyways. I'd probably go with a Unity Pro or something else.